So after many years I've finally got round to doing my first ever proper YouTube video, because I thought to myself, what better time to start than in the middle of an Fiwc regional qualification month. The first video is going to be pretty simple. It's just going to be a recap of my latest weekend league. I'm going to be showing you what team and formation I used, what the highlights of my more interesting games, and discussing whether I've got a chance of making the regional. So anyway, let's get into it. Now, it's worth pointing out that due to the fact I had such a poor week last week, where I only finished on 37 wins and in fact didn't even finish in the top 100, that this week I had to set an alarm for 7 AM Friday, get up and get playing, because I really needed as many skill points as possible, because, you know, after already dropping 3 games, there's a good chance my qualification hopes could come down to skill rating. Anyway, this is my team. This has been my team since pretty much November time, just upgrading the team of the years and the informs over time. Obviously, as you can see, Modric has to start as a striker and Griezmann has to start as a CM, and that's just simply to give Pogba the 10 chemistry. And so this is our first opponent, with a very nice team name there, as you can see. What I'm firstly going to do is I'm going to show you what I do the first time I touch the ball in every weekend league game. I pause it straight away, I change the formation to the diamond, and I just set the instructions to the 2 strikers to get in behind, the CDM to stay back, and the full-backs to stay back. Now usually in my first game, I don't know if it's nerves or the game just feels slow, it takes some getting used to, but I really do struggle. But as you can see, just before half time I get through Ronaldo, and he's never ever going to miss that. In this game though, I did struggle a little bit. It's the same every week, and I just can't really create many chances in the first game, no matter how bad my opponent is. But then Pogba smashes one from 30 yards anyway, so yeah, end of the game, already won. Suarez is going to do a Berber spin and pass it through to Ronaldo, who again is never ever going to miss that. Now, this next game you're going to see was my second game of the weekend, and this is what I would call a typical weekend league game. I'd say about 70% of my games like this, it's a person with a not very good team, you know, Immobile up front, things like that. You know, you're never going to lose. It's just a question of when they'll quit or how many goals you'll score. As you see, you know, it's 2-0 up at half time. Give it a Bale here, driven shot, very bit of a lucky finish if I'm honest. But yeah, I mean, this game, if I remember something right, I had something like 20 shots on target. I think his keeper was amazing, and I think this ends up 7 or 8-0 if I'm honest. It's just, yeah, I couldn't be bothered showing you all the goals because I really wouldn't know. Don't think I think of enough things to say, because it's just really easy. As you can see, passing it around his keeper and stuff. Bit like, yeah. Now, this is the first bit of trouble we ran into in this latest weekend. As you can see, he's using 4-3-3 attack, which, well, in my games anyway, completely dominates the diamond, which is my favourite formation I've had. I mean, I must have lost about 20-30 games all year in weekend league, and I'm going to say at least half of them have been against this formation. I mean, it is terrible defended here, to be fair. He smashes it off the bar, but he completely dominated the first half, and I couldn't do anything at all. So at half time I realised something had to change. So what I did is I switched to 4-2-3-1, put Ronaldo up front, took Suarez off for double or triple inform Mertens. Then with the instructions, I got to put getting behind on the striker, stay forward on all the attacking mids, stay back on the CDMs, and of course the fullbacks. I was hoping that this would give me a bit more success than I had in the first half, but as you're about to see, it did not quite go to plan at first. I read his pass, bounces straight back to him, he passes it around to here, and he also dabs me, which made me think I was in trouble. But luckily, just within about 10 minutes, I get a chance with Griezmann, and this informed Griezmann is one of the best cards I've used all year. He just simply does not miss. As you can see now, we're picking it up with Modric. I try to pass it to Ronaldo. Chris Smalling pushes him over. Modric goes on his own pass and finishes it at the near post. So at this point I'm thinking 4-2-3-1 has done the trick. Now this is how I score a lot of my goals, always pressuring the ball. That informed Griezmann, like I said earlier, is pretty much as good as it gets at Cam. Last minute corner, this is something I never usually do. I never ever usually take a short corner, but I thought, you know what, I'll try it for once, and squares it for the goal. So on to the next opponent. As you can see, he's got second or third inform Mertens, second or third inform Nainggolan. He's got the player of the month Dele Alli, who is very good on this game. However, very good is not how you could describe the goal I'm about to concede, as he puts an awful free kick in Rooney. Marcelo for some reason tries to lay him off for a free goal. He gets 1 rebound, 2 rebound, wins the header with against Team the Ramos. Dele Alli turns into Messi and puts it in the bottom corner. When you concede a goal like that, the important thing is you need to score again ASAP, because things like that can play on your mind. But luckily for me, I get a lucky rebound and Griezmann puts it into the empty net. Now, apart from that ridiculous free kick, this guy didn't really create anything. It was just a matter of time before I went ahead, and Bale puts his first chance of the game straight into the near post. This next goal is how I score so many of my goals, just constantly pressuring the ball, always putting, pressure on the person in possession. Bale with the outside of the foot driven shot, never going to miss. Right in the 45th minute here, you got a free kick with 35 yards out with Bale. He smashes it into the corner, and that is all this guy could take. Next up, we had this guy with a pretty solid Premiership team, apart from the fact he had informed Jermaine Defoe, which sounds a bit strange. Anyway, getting into the game and some absolutely terrible defending by me, which you'll start to realise as this video goes on is a pretty common theme. He gets a goal with Martial and runs to the camera like it's the best moment of his life. At half time in this one, I actually switched to 4-3-1-2 because I wasn't making any chances at all. But luckily, just into the second half, I get through Ronaldo, driven shot across goal, and it's 1-1. Now, deep into the game, got about the 80th minute here, I was really struggling to create chances. I was just, passing it around his box, managed to get into Bale, scooped him, smashed it in, and then I ran off to celebrate for a bit, and that was GG. Now, to be honest, if you are winning 10 or more games on a Friday morning, the chances of you coming up against someone who doesn't have a good team are quite slim because of how the matchmaking works. This guy had Messi, Neymar and Suarez, but the first time I get near his goal, Griezmann smashes it in the top corner. But as you can see, this game was really delayed, but that's no excuse for the horrendous defending with Smalling and Ramos, and he squares it for an easy tap-in for Messi for 1-1. Luckily though, about the 39th minute, Modric threads it through to Bale, who driven shots it across goal, driven shot, not sure how you say that, and it's 2-1. Another chance I get just before half time with Griezmann, and as I've said before, he doesn't miss, he just smashes it across the keeper every single time. This wasn't the end of my horrendous defending though, because you see even more of it now. The delay doesn't help, but he does manage to get one back to make it 3-2. He actually paused after this to go to a more attacking formation. I thought it could be one of them games, but 64th minute, Bale gets through, puts it past the keeper, and that was that for this game. So after that last win to make it 15-0, that was me done for Friday. There was no reason to play any more hard plays. I'd got the skill rating I needed, and I didn't play another game until Saturday. So anyway, in this game, first chance Ronaldo gets, just toe pokes it past the keeper to get off to a good start. As you see now, Modric is going to pass it to Griezmann, scoops him, then just stops the ball dead with a fake shot, passes it across, and Bale puts it into the empty net. That's one of the most common ways I score, just stopping the ball dead. The defender almost 9 times out of 10 will just run past the ball, and then you can run inside. Anyway, Ronaldo breaking away, a Berber spin, sees Bale make the run, puts it into the back post, and that was that. Our next opponent, despite the fact that he does have a nice team, I can't help but notice who he's got in goal. He should have Neuer, but instead he's got Keylor Navas, which I think means every shot is going to go in. However, I'm proved wrong in the 5th minute when he saves a 1-on-1 with Ronaldo, falls back for an open goal for Suarez, and he hits the post. So I'm thinking at that point, is it going to be one of them games? And then this makes me think, yeah, it probably is going to be one of them games, because although he deserved a goal for how he worked that, nobody wants to see a rebound go in like that. Luckily for me though, just on the very last kick of the half, Ramos, no idea why he was there, slips Bale in, driven shot across goal, and it's 1-1 at the perfect time to score. Now here Ronaldo, I don't do anything at all but just run into the space. People are that obsessed with trying to cut off where you want to pass it to. They sometimes forget that what you can do with the player you're in control of. All I did there was run into the space. Lucky rebound, but really bad defending by him. Just after that goal, I pass it through to Ronaldo. He suicidally tries to bring Navas out, crosses it in, Suarez gets above Toni Kroos, it's 3-1, and that's pretty much me done. 90th minute though, he's obviously rushing by this point. I intercept the throw in, get it inside to Ronaldo, who then turns Ramos, puts it across the Bale, and that is 21 wins and no losses. So that is the end to this particular video. I didn't want to cram the full 40, all into one video. I wanted to post the first half, see what the reaction was like, see if people liked it before I went on to edit and post the second half. 21-0 is obviously a pretty decent start. I mean, some quick maths will tell me that puts me on 58 wins with 19 remaining, meaning I could end up on 77 out of 80, which, depending on skill rating, could see me in the top 10 in Europe, which is where I need to be to qualify for the regional. Anyway, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I apologise for wasting 10 minutes of your time. I hope to see you back here in a couple of days.